Welcome! Last week, I fixed some of major issues of the game and started making a simple combat system. This time, I improved the combat system as well as adding some special abilities and visual effects for the attacks. I started by adding a ground slam attack. When using the secondary attack button in the air, it propels the players towards the ground doing a ground attack. It was fairly easy to implement this with the new code updates, but as always, there was still a time where everything just completely broke. After fixing that issue and adjusting the speed of the animation, the results ended up looking okay. But I encountered a new problem now. The player would get stuck in the attack state when executing the ability too close to the ground. The variable flight condition I was using was somehow being ignored. The easy fix for this was to add a minimal height distance to enable the special ground attack. And for now, that is solving the issue. Next was blocking. I added a simple block state for the player, and that was it. A few minor sliding bugs, but they were easily fixed. You enter the block animation while holding the button, and return to normal if released. While not in the game yet, there are still a few assets being made and worked on in the background. The players and some of the enemies' weapons are almost done. And there are quite a few enemies that are already modeled and rigged for use, but not in the game yet. You'll be seeing more of them when I start working on the AI and map of the game. Here's a list of the enemies so far. The ranged Ratman enemy, it's game ready, but I did a very rushed texture and bad modeling of the legs. The beetle enemy. It's rigged with custom animations, but it's not yet textured. A wolf-like enemy. It is not textured and has no animations yet. The spider enemy. It's almost game ready, missing a few animations. And a fishman enemy, in the very early blocking stages. Finally, I decided to add a few visual effects for the game. I created a simple slash using the visual effect shader graph. Shader graph is a node-based tool from Unity that makes the effects using GPU compute shader, which allows for a much better and faster visual effects. It is also very easy to use and control for simple effects. I then used the animation preview to position the effect on the exact position of the player attack. I put the effects inside the player and activated them with animation events when the timing was right. I also fixed the second attack that was sliding the player around. Around this time, I found out that Unity has some great simple game projects. And looking at the 3D kit demo, I was curious to see how they did their combo system, which is quite similar to what I have here. I can't say enough how helpful that was. It was the first time I saw a full set of animation behaviors being controlled inside a game, and not a tutorial. And seeing some of the things they did similar to my own code's project served to boost my confidence a bit. The most helpful thing was seeing how they did their combo. Instead of making the script control the time like they did, they control it with the animator, which makes a lot more sense and it is much more easy to manage. So I did exactly that. And another thing that was improved is that now the attack animation doesn't need to finish before going into the next attack combo. After the sword attacks, if there is a click, it will start the next animation combo without waiting for the animation to finish completely. The attack now is feeling much better and more responsive. I then fixed a few bugs here and there, some animation transition bugs, and a lot of minor stuff. I also did some effects for the ground attack and some upward splash effect that I plan on using for a special attack that will spend some energy to use. And that is it for this week. The combat is finally starting to take shape. I still plan on adding some visual effects later for jumping, taking damage, blocking, and others. I also made a prototype rage energy that fills up when you hit enemies, and next time I plan to use that to release some kind of special attack. Then I will start testing things out and start refining the game's AI or maybe some of the game's map. It was another short week, but I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and until next time.